Welcome to Hot Take That's Not Really a Hot Take. In today's episode, I'll be reviewing the quarterfinal matches, predicting the semi-final matches, and discussing the greatest carry jobs in World Cup history. Is it Lionel Messi in 2026? Is it Diego Maradona in 1986? Or is it someone else? Let's go. So let's start off with my favorites to win the World Cup, England versus Norway. Now, this match was tight, this match was intense, and this match was grueling for us. It was a grueling match. Norway take the lead. And when Norway scored their goal, I'm like, wait, did he just score? Now, I don't think he meant that. I think he was trying to cross and he mishit it and it went in, but it was a goal nonetheless. Because, for a second, I was trying to work out, wait, has that hit the side net? Is that a goal? But Norway take the lead. And the game is still very cagey, with England having most of the possession, but Norway looking dangerous on the counter. Norway could have made it 2-0, but Soloff, I don't know why he didn't just square it to Haaland. He does that. 2-0, we have a very different game, and we may be talking about Norway versus Argentina. But nevertheless, Soloff decides to go for glory. The defense resets and blocks it. Then, due to the rescue, Bellingham makes it 1-1. Second half is still a cagey affair. Now, this is where I think Tuchel's managerial nous and masterclass comes into it. He brings on Rodgers. Rodgers has the shot. The keeper parries it. And who is first to it? Jude Bellingham, scoring the winner for England. Now, England hold out in extra time to go through, but that match was grueling and that match was tight. And it could have been so different for Norway if certain players had made different choices and the margins were slim. I personally think that Jed Spence was fouled. Let me know what you think. Do you think Jed Spence was fouled? Now, the defender kneed the back of Jed Spence's leg and brought him down. But the argument for some people is that Spence put himself in the way. But yes, he's protecting the ball. You're allowed to do that. But VAR felt differently, and so that was chalked off. There was also the controversy for England's goal of the ball hitting one of the wires. It did hit the wire. But FIFA said, based on their stichometer, it didn't hit the wire. So which means the ball was traveling and just stopped mid-air and dropped. Fine margins and controversial decisions. But I think overall, England were the better team and England were deserved winners. And what a World Cup Jude Bellingham is having. And I'm really happy for him because a lot of the media didn't even want Jude in the team, let alone starting. So England go through to the semi-finals and I think they can get the job done. Argentina versus Switzerland. This was tight. This was cagey. And I predicted Argentina to win, but I did have a sneaky suspicion that maybe Switzerland could pull off an upset because Argentina did struggle with Cape Verde and they did struggle with Egypt. And Bolo caused Argentina problems throughout the game. The game is tightly poised. I think the game is looking like it's going to go to penalties. But for some reason, known only to him, Mbolo decides to fall down, even though the contact on him was the Mbappe special. So he goes down, and 10 years ago, he would have got away with it. But in the world of VAR, NASA. The replay shows that the dive wasn't just a dive, it was clear and obvious. It wasn't even debatable. There was no contact, no one near him. He was trying to buy a decision and ends up getting taken off. So now Switzerland are down to 10 men. And from there, it's just an Argentinian onslaught. And Argentina's second goal was amazing. That goal was amazing. And then Argentina going to make it 3-1. After the sending off, Switzerland had no hope of taking it to penalties and progressing. And Argentina ended up being deserved winners of this match. 39-year-old Lionel Messi has had a goal contribution in every single game in this World Cup. Like, is this man just getting better with time? Does he not know his age? Is he not aware that you're not supposed to be doing this? At 39, not only is he Argentina's best player, but for me, he's the player of the tournament so far. At 39, Lionel Messi's greatness and genius seems to know no limits. France versus Morocco. This is the worst game I've ever seen Morocco play. It seemed like Morocco came to play for penalties. They were not as decisive as they normally are. They were not as aggressive as they normally are. France had loss of the ball, and Morocco just seemed content to sit on the edge of their box and maybe wait for a counter-attack. This is not the Morocco I know, because Morocco are a class football team. But against France, they were just missing. They were just missing. And the president of France's goal was immaculate. Bent it in. The keeper was onside. That was just brilliance. And what a tournament he's having. And if he gets to 3 World Cup finals in a row, that is going to be an amazing achievement, because that just means every time this man turns up to a World Cup, he's going to the final. Just consistent greatness from Mbappe. France's second goal was scored by Dembele when he could have passed to the president of France. When the president of France is free, you pass to him. So I don't know how many lashes Dembele is going to have to receive as punishment, but his goal was also well taken. And it was an all-round dominant and convincing performance from France. I expected it to be a lot closer, but they dominated Morocco from start to finish and booked their ticket to the semi-final. And Belgium versus Spain. This match was quite tight. It was quite a tight match. Spain had most of the ball, but without a decisive striker, Spain struggled to finish off their chances. I don't feel that Spain have a world-class striker, and I feel that may be their undoing in this tournament. But when they needed him, Moreno came on again and got the winner. He came to the rescue against Portugal, and he came to the rescue again. Now the semi-final predictions. And I think this is the best possible semi-final we could have had. France versus Spain. Mbappe versus Yamal. England versus Argentina. And this is the first time that Lionel Messi will ever play against England in his whole career. So here are my predictions. I think France are the favorites. I think France have the best team in this tournament. I think France have been the best performers of this tournament. But I am picking Spain to beat them. Either 1-0 or on penalties. That is my prediction. Now, Argentina versus England. We're finally going to find out who's better, Lionel Messi or Bukayo Saka. Because Saka has some things Messi hasn't, and Messi has some things Saka hasn't. So Messi does not have a Premier League title. Show me his Premier League title. So I think my pick for this game is, I think England are going to win. I think England are going to win, and they're going to win convincingly. Because I think Argentina are Lionel Messi and not much else. Overall, England are the better team. I think England is going to have too much for them. And so I expect England to win this game either 2-1 or 2-0. So I expect the final to be between Spain and England. But my dream final, if I wasn't supporting England and if England were not my favorites to win it, would be Spain versus Argentina, Lamine Yamal versus Lionel Messi. So Spain can win so that the greatest player of all time can be sent into retirement by potentially the next greatest player of all time. But those are my predictions. Let me know what your predictions are. Who do you think is going to win between Spain and France? And who do you think is going to win between England and Argentina? What is the biggest carry job in World Cup history? Up until this World Cup, I always held the view that what Diego Maradona did in 1986 is the biggest carry job in World Cup history. But I do think if Lionel Messi, at the age of 39, wins back-to-back World Cups with Argentina, that would have to go down as the biggest carry job in World Cup history. I think the back-to-backness of it, I think his age as well would make it a bigger carry job than what Maradona did in 1986. Let me know your thoughts. What, in your view, is the biggest carry job in World Cup history?